Bună, Raluca, ce faci?
Bună ziua! Era să ratez, adică mi-a recunosc. Mi-a zis Duni, băi, 3! Să dau click.
Bine că ai un om de bază acolo.
Întotdeauna.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mi-am schimbat perspectiva. Un pic.
Da, corect. Eu nu.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're fine.
Hello, Natalia.
Hello.
So we will just spend 1 minute or two hoping for the others to join. Hello, Armine. Good afternoon.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Okay, let's talk, hoping that the others will join. Let's talk a little about the assignments because I'm working on these assignments. It's the second day when actually I've been working the whole day. First question that I want to ask, and I'm afraid to ask, did you get my notes?
What kind
Okay.
of notes?
Sorry?
What kind of notes?
No, I'm talking about the Google Drive links that you posted on the platform. So the home assignments, the videos. And under the space that you have to upload your homework, there's a space for me to give you some notes, some observations. And I've been doing this. I started yesterday morning and I'm still doing it. And I wanted to know if you get my notes. So because I'm hoping I didn't waste 2 days, a day and a half doing this for nothing.
Now I read that my results are failed. I don't know why.
Yes, because it is probably because you didn't also give the permission to access the Google Drive.
Oh,
So
okay.
that is why you had a lot of emails from me requesting access. But it's okay. I tried it. I just didn't have time to reach those videos who are in my the access in my email.
Okay.
I'm still struggling with the videos on the platform.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know that at least to know that I didn't work in
But
vain.
where do you place the feedback? Because for me, I only see, for example, past, but I don't see the feedback.
See, that's exactly what I was afraid of.
So we get the results. Maybe, I don't know who's in charge of this platform to explain a little bit to us how it works. Because we don't, I personally, maybe somebody else I saw only just the results. It can be either passed or failed, but I don't see any feedback.
Okay, if you see the results, you have at the end of the is the name, and you have 3 dots, on the right side.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and these 3 dots, yeah, I click on them and they send me to class page.
Okay. Because
and when I click on class page, it takes me back to the class page, to the course related to movement module.
Because I don't know, when I access that page, the homework page and the results, I have those three dots that gives me the option to review, review or delete. So when I press review, it takes me to your link, to the link that you uploaded. And under that link, I have a space where I can, it says correct answers. And this is where I put it, where I put my notes. But you should have, I don't know, a view button.
I can't see them, so I was curious and I was checking, and even just right now I again logged in, and I can't understand where those three dots. We also have those three dots, but they send us to the class page, not to the feedback.
No, please don't tell me that. Because some of them I was, some I wrote down because I told you last week that I did something stupid and I graded your notes, and then I realized that I cannot go back to place my feedback. But now I actually did it. I mean, come on, I started yesterday and I'm still doing this, on the platform. And if that doesn't reach you, I work for nothing, honestly.
Yeah,
But
maybe Elena can tell us, because they have created this platform. And
yeah, we will ask. Yeah, hopefully. Well, if anything, if you don't get my notes, I will.
I'm sorry, can you
I will try to put after we finish. I'll try to put all the notes together and to have like like some general notes, and to send them to you somehow. I don't know. I'll maybe through email.
can you show where you're putting the notes at the screen?
Some of you. Sorry, I can't hear you, Andrei.
Not where. Okay, 1 second. Now clear?
Yes, now it's better.
Can you just show a screenshot where you are notes Google Drive, and I will get to in 5 minutes and take a look.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
right.
understand.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I don't hear you. No. Okay, I will be in 5 minutes at the work and I will take a look. Sorry.
Okay.
I will be in the hello. I will be in the 5 minutes at the work and I will take a look where is the notes. I'll try. Okay.
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 Okay. So if anything, I will try to do this and send you some general notes according to your video, and also including the general feeling of this module. Okay, so let's talk about movement and dance. But I need you to actually be present, to talk to me. Because I want to know if you have some questions about why I chose. Of course, I chose it because this is something I do, but it's also because it is something that it's natural for the human being, and it is one of the oldest way to express, dancing and moving and dancing. So that would be the reason why. But actually, what I'm interested in is how do you relate with dancing? Because we are all coming from countries where dancing, it's something very common. It's something, when we need to express our feelings, we do it most of the time by dancing.
I prefer not to be seen when I dance because I can't dance. The idea is that I either have to sway or I have to count, because there are, there is a certain rhythm and you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And whenever I'm starting counting, I'm not dancing. So that's why that actually this is problematic for me, honestly. And when I'm alone, I dance and I don't care how I do, and I'm kind of swaying and moving and feeling. But whenever I have to count and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's a disaster always.
But you like to dance. I mean,
yeah,
and when
yeah.
you're
and I agree that this is the basic form of expression. This is how I think it all started, because people couldn't talk at the beginning, right? And with gestures, maybe with just doing some movement, I think yes. But when they started counting, they ruined everything.
Well, as anything else, when dancing became institutionalized, yes,
Yeah.
the fun was over. But it still is, because
I cannot say it's beautiful. I admire ballet. I admire when I see people dancing, but I know that I can't do like that. So that's not for me.
well, you would be surprised.
Yeah, maybe I didn't put much effort into it. I didn't focus on it. So it can be this as well. But whenever people explain to me, they say, okay, two in one direction, 3 in another direction. So, and at a certain point, I forget what is what, and okay.
Have you ever tried contemporary dance? To go to some private
No.
dance? Because contemporary dance, of course, I'm talking on an unprofessional level. Could be like, I mean, you could discover in yourself that you don't need to know steps, or you don't need to follow some patterns of movement, but to find your own movement in because that's the reason why I chose contemporary dance, and that's why I love contemporary dance. Because of course, when we talk about professional part of it, when you actually are part of a performance and you have to know the movements. But in terms of training and doing it just for hobby, it's there are techniques that improvising techniques that actually you don't need to know anything. You just follow the rules that the teacher set for that improvisation, and you just move, with the music, with the others in the room. So maybe you should try. You might discover something interesting there.
Recently, I was told about the kind of a trend in contemporary dancing. I forgot how it is called already, but it's when there are no moves there, specific moves or steps to be followed. It's just to feel the partner and dance together with the partner. And what shocked me was the fact that they can usually, right, men lift women, but somehow women also lift men. It was, I forgot how it was called, but I saw that and they said, oh, interesting.
Yes, it is. It is called contact improvisation.
Yeah.
Yeah, because actually when you dance, but again, I'm not talking about, like folkloric dance where when, you actually have to know the steps, or I'm talking about this part of the contemporary dance that is based on improvisation and on letting your body move, and while you move, you find your way to connect with the others, or you find the way to connect to the music, but you do the way you feel to do it, but yes, this contact improvisation is a very nice technique. It was settled in the 60s, 70s. And yes, it's actually that proves that through dance, two people can communicate without any words, without knowing each other, just knowing the code and accepting, to meet in the middle, and to listen to each other and to support each other, and I love improvisation, contact improvisation. It's really it is really something, and it is something different in the contemporary dance context, because the other techniques, yes, they are based on, like heavy working and strict rules. But this is, the rules are lax, and that allows you to actually find your true movement, and how to discover how to use your body efficiently and expressively, to let your body be expressive. So other thoughts on dancing? Come on, I want to hear you. This is your moment.
For dancing,
Yes, what do you think about dancing?
no, I'm a dry person, almost a robot, because mathematics, but I really like dancing. For me, it's a way to relax.
But actually, that's the idea. That's why I put this course in the module, because yes, it is a way to relax.
I like to dance with improvisation, because I not study dance specially. I dance for me. It's
that's perfect.
I try to relax with my dance, and I really like dance without partners. For me, in my house, and it's my relation for dancing.
So you are also a loner, a lonely dancer.
lonely dancer.
Yes. But why do you think that it's so hard for you to actually do in public when you are, you're out of your house, to do what you do in your in your own intimacy?
Just a moment. When I'm in a bad mood, for me, I must dancing and for public.
And are you in a better mood?
But yeah, when I'm like mood and I not dance for public.
Other thoughts on dancing?
I love dancing too. I can say that for me, it's also relaxation. And I'll mention maybe some strange thing about dancing for me. When I'm dancing alone, sometimes I find answers on questions I have.
Sorry, Natalia, just a second. Regina, please close your microphone because we hear you. Okay, apparently it's not hearing us.
Yeah.
But please repeat.
Yeah, I was told that maybe it sounds very strange, but when I'm dancing alone, for me, I find some answers on my questions. And at the same time, I'm reminding about happy moments in my life. And also, if I have at this moment in my life some questions, I'm finding answers. I don't know why. It sounds so very strange, maybe, but this is a fact.
But what kind of questions? Like philosophical or existential, or
any kind of questions. Maybe I'm having some problems, and
no, I find it really interesting, you know,
it's very interesting
to use dancing as an answer to your problem. Actually, it's the first time I've ever heard that.
So I mentioned that maybe it sounds very strange, but this is a fact in my life.
It's not strange, but that I mean, I honestly wanted to know what kind of questions actually dance is responding to.
You know, any kind of questions I have in my life, maybe it's connected to some problem I have to fix, or so on and so on.
Wow, this is so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I could see that. I wish I was a little fly on the wall to see that.
You know, I think that it helps to self-awareness too, because when you are alone, you are staying alone with your thoughts, and dancing apparently helps to find yourself and to find these answers too.
Yes, that's true.
Maybe it sounds somehow psychologically or philosophy, but that is a fact.
Yeah, so nice. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
It is so interesting. You know, and somehow I'm a little bit jealous because me doing you know, being a dancer for all my life, it's I can't relate to dance this way. Of course I love it, of course, yeah, it you know, it answers to a lot of questions, but it's not like it's not the only way, you know. And actually for me it's the opposite, because when I'm home and I'm finally alone, I don't want to dance. I mean, I wouldn't choose dancing. I just, you know, because I'm doing this practically the whole day, so
because it's a big part of your life working.
Yeah. So yeah, really interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I say for me, dance is a way of expressing feelings and mood. These are questions and answers.
Yes.
Again, answers.
Yes, that's true. And how do you express your feelings for dancing? Or what kind of feelings?
Just a moment. With the help of movements and rhythm of music.
Yes, of course. Yeah, but what kind of feelings? When you feel
What
when
kind of feelings? Kind of feelings. Love, anger, thank you, and other feelings.
Okay. Yes, normally when we dance, actually we use a lot of this affective part of us, you know. So yeah, it is related to feelings. It becomes an expression of our feelings, of our emotions, normally. So any other thoughts? I can't hear you. You have your mic off. Hey, Gina, you have your mic off. You have to turn on your mic.
I like
So-
when people dance nice. I also like dancing. It gives a relax, but I prefer listen to music more than dance.
Why is that? Why do you think this is
I
happening?
don't know. It depends on mood. It depends on the state. I don't know, but I prefer listen to music more than dance.
Yeah, it is a choice, of course. But when you go to a wedding, for example, do you dance?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course I dance. I like dancing.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on dancing? How is dancing work for you?
Depends on condition of alcohol, I guess.
Yeah, of course. Alcohol helps always.
Yeah.
So what kind of dancing are you performing?
I don't know. It depends on mood. It depends on friends. It depends on where am I? So.
But
Yeah.
do you usually dance?
Not to say usually, but yes, I did. Time by time.
Nice.
But if someone is not dancing, should they upload the video or something? It's a briefing.
If someone is not dancing?
Yeah, I do not like to dance. It's like,
okay.
Don't know.
Why is that? Why is that?
I don't know, just do not like.
Like people who don't like music, yeah, and I don't understand why. That's
Yeah, also music I'm not listening, not so not listening to my music. It's normal.
Why do you think is you are so not against, but you are so definitive with this sentence that you don't like dancing? I mean, it's I don't know, you never had the chance, or it was something traumatic when you were a kid and you decided that dancing is not working for you?
I was going to dancing lessons when I was very young, like 7. Yeah, I heard that
I felt it's something there.
no, I was I understand that I know that I was dancing very well, but after that I left the dancing. I'm getting grown. I was growing up, and I was doing I was working too much, something like that. And when I go to disco, I was already tired, did not want to dance, and so I passed this time to start to dance and to like maybe I don't know.
So you went to disco and you didn't dance?
Yeah, I was tired, and I did not want to dance and just to stay and get rest, something like that.
Oh, this is crazy.
And something like that. And I passed this time when to start to dance. To all the our other friends were dancing like, and it was something like this.
Yeah, interesting. And you don't feel like something is missing, you know, because you don't like
Going
very
to
much.
the disco now.
Sorry?
Just like this. Usually I'm not going to the disco now, and but
No, I'm not talking about the disco. I'm talking about you know, dancing, or I don't know, when you go to a wedding, do you dance?
no.
Why not? You're not happy? Then the people are getting married.
For me, it's like enough to stay and speak with someone, not just not for dancing. Yeah, I know, I understand, but some it's like a expression of your feelings, and you are getting rest or something. But I don't know why. I usually
So you don't want to express your feelings.
maybe I'm a little bit not social, because for me it's easier to stay at home and to do something for me and just speaking, not like where when there's a lot of it's more pupils and need to dance, I'm getting very tired, emotional, very tired.
Oh,
So,
Andrei,
Okay.
when you're somewhere like wedding or somewhere where your friends are and there is hits of 90s, you are not dancing on the chair like this?
no.
No?
I do not like weddings, and usually I'm not going. With friends, we are just staying and speaking at the table, not
Playing chess.
yeah. Usually, in some sports, maybe I would like to do swimming, or so I'm not very social. Okay, I understood already. I understood.
Well, it's I appreciate your honesty. That you admit that you are not social, you know. It's good.
I don't know.
You don't need dancing.
I think maybe I not increase my competence in the dancing, but I increased my competence in the IT and the other engineering types things and something like that. Because for me, when I was young, it was I was feeling better when I was repairing a car or something, and not to dance. And I think
Well,
it's
this is a sort of dance, you know. like the hands, your fingers and hands moving. This is a sort of dance.
Okay, so I'm not a social
anymore.
There's a feeling
Yeah.
of music, yeah.
It's normal. I think there are a lot of people that do not express.
Right, that's your right, no problem. Andrea,
Yes.
this is Victoria. Can I share my ideas concerning dancing? So my personal
Yes,
experience.
Please do.
Natalia, sorry, I interrupted you, Natalia. No? No?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Actually, you know, when we are staying in our family situation, of course, it's about talks, about great food, about drinking wine and sharing different ideas or feelings, or maybe playing ping pong or walking around the house. When I'm in the company of my friends and we have the same age and we all are former students of the Academy of Music, or musicians. And of course, we have a really long history of our dancing activities. For instance, in the communist time, I was a very active Komsomolist leader. But what I did actually, I organized discotheques, bringing Western music, Beatles, Bee Gees, Earth, Wind and Fire, and Old Gero and so on. And the music we loved in this period. I mean, this fusion, maybe a disco, really best examples of disco. And of course, it was a great fun big fun for us to dance. Now we are listening music when we are together in our company, but maybe because of the age, just sometimes after wine, or if the atmosphere is really cool, we are dancing, we continue to dance now. And of course, it's very interesting, but you know, I know the research about the popular music, because there is a really good instrument to identify the age of the person, because generally speaking, every person is listening. So his favorite music is the pop music when he was 18, you know. So maybe we keep this, we love jazz very much and we listen in a lot of jazz music or soft jazz, different kind. And of course, if we are dancing even now, of course, it's music of 80s, it's rock and roll very often, because as for me, I adore rock and roll. It's Latin music, salsa, because the dance culture of this continent, it's amazing, absolutely. And I also love Argentinian tango. I'm not dancing, I just visited one lecture when I was in Sweden. But anyway, for me, it's really a great genre. So I accept it, it's a cultural experience. But unfortunately, I don't know many different genres and types of dance. Maybe when I be a pensioner, I start to visit different circles and to dance. Because, you know, in Sweden, I was surprised. It was a lady from Argentina who taught Argentinian tango, and 80% of her audience were ladies after 60 or even after 70, you know. Without any problems, they were dancing.
Yeah. I think this is something, let's say, Eastern European, you know, that, well, of course, and it is somehow logic, because in all of our countries, or at least, I don't know, Moldova and Romania, which I know better, dancing, you know, classical ballet, it's really good.
Right.
And you know, when you and I think we grow up with this image, you know, the image of perfection, you know, because all the ballerinas who are, you know, are thin and long, and they dance beautifully, they flow on the stage, you know. And I think this is, you know, somehow it makes you want to be like it, and it makes you want to dance and express yourself the way you can do it. And maybe in the happiest cases, you find your own way to express yourself. But at the same time, it becomes something that actually holds you back, you know, because if you don't consider that you reach that perfection, you better not start dancing, you know. which is I don't know, I don't like it. I think this is one of the reasons that I actually gave up ballet, and I gave up really early, you know, because, you know, all those strict codes, and you know, you have to be in a certain way, and yeah, I find this always annoying, actually, you know. I liked it, but when I grew up, when I became an adult, after I turned 18, I decided that contemporary dance, it's much more interesting, you know. And I think this is why, you know, this is why we always have this, you know, well, I'm not dancing because I don't know how. I'm not dancing because I'm not like the best dancer. You know, you don't have to be the best dancer. Come on.
Right. Just to enjoy yourself.
Yes, exactly. Just to enjoy.
And there is another. Yes, please.
No, because you were talking about tango, and that you like tango music. You should try tango. You know, it's not that complicated.
Why not? Just I have not decided yet that I have to do that. You know, but why
yeah,
not? One day I'll come to this idea, return to this idea. Yeah, because the music is amazing, and
yeah,
it's possible to do. And I'd like to just to sketch another very important dimension concerning dance and body expression of body language, and especially in dance, because it's very interesting to observe some anthropological differences. For instance, even we are on a discotheque or nightclub, Moldovan or Romanian people and Georgian people are dancing pop with pop music in a different way, because we have different moving archetypes, actually. And it's really interesting to observe, and that's great, because it's actually it's our non-verbal heritage, actually. And for instance, I remember it was a very amusing story when I was in Salzburg in ICCM, International Center for Cultural Management. It was a 2 weeks master classes, a workshop of arts management. And we have had a really international community, a lady from Japan, some people from Eastern Europe, a guy from Latin America, and so on. And we visited one bar where people were dancing, and I observed how this Japanese girl danced. She did not have this feeling of the beat, you know, and her movements were absolutely another, because probably to move in a kimono with very small steps, and or to do very beautiful movements with her hands, it's totally different with rock and roll, you know, hard rock or something like that. And it's very interesting point for me, is this anthropological differences as well. Thank you so much. That's all.
No, thank you. Now that you mentioned Japan, I realized that now I was trying to think if I actually saw someone dancing while I was staying in Japan. I was staying there for 2.5 months, and the only people dancing was, you know, me and my colleagues, because that's why we were there. But otherwise, yeah, of course, I didn't go to, you know, to clubs and stuff, because I didn't have time. But yeah, somehow, because they have a totally different approach to the movement, you know.
Right.
Yeah, in Japan, even the theater, it has a different rhythm, you know. It's so dilated, and you know, everything is it's a different dimension. Well, as I said, after I had this experience, Japan is it's a different planet.
Right, I agree. I also spent a couple of weeks there. Absolutely another world.
Yeah. But you know, as you know, when you go down south, and especially South Europe or South America, we have it. You know, we have it. I mean, I'm thinking about our folkloric dances, you know, and especially, you know, when I think about the Georgian dances, which are, you know, like so performative and so powerful, so masculine, and you know,
Telling history.
it's really sorry.
It's like telling histories, the whole history.
Yes, exactly. It's talking about, I think, talking about energy that I think we lost it, but it somehow reminds us how the core of our culture used to be. You know, I think that's the reason why this folkloric dance it has to be, you know, protected and delivered to the next generation.
You know, but I think that in Moldova, and I don't know about Romania very much, but I am very optimistic, because if you will visit the Moldovan wedding, you can see that all the guests of this wedding starts with 5 years and finishing with 85. They are dancing Horamare, so this is in the cycle. So I think that we have this tradition alive now, and maybe some people from Southeastern Europe. I don't know how it is in Armenia or Georgia, and it's not the obligation. It's really and some inner necessity of people to express themselves and to feel this joy through the dance. You know, especially on different birthdays, weddings, and so on.
Yes, you are completely right. Yeah, sorry, please go.
Tradition, yeah. In Georgia, it is a tradition on weddings to dance the Georgian folk dances. So yeah, we have it. we still have it.
Yeah.
And we Armenians, in Armenia, we have the folk dance, and we organize many concerts, and there is a very big audience for that. So, and I wanted to ask you whether in Romania they organize such folk concerts, dance concerts, or not. Is there a habit of organizing such things, such events?
Yes, actually.
And do people go?
Actually, yes, they do. And we have from, you know, the cult dancing, the cultural dancing, you know, to the folkloric one. But actually now, because of this pandemic, I actually forgot how it is, you know, to have it, you know, sometimes in a square, in a big square, to have those kind of shows. And honestly, I'm happier without them. But yes, we have it. We have it, especially when our politicians are campaigning and they are doing, you know, this popular meetings, and they bring dancers, and it normally is folkloric dance.
And do children in many Romanian families go to learn to study folk dance? Are there many children going and studying, like learning? Not studying, but learning. No?
Not that much. No, they do follow classes, dancing classes, but they go toward ballet or contemporary dance, or I don't know, ballroom dancing, but folkloric dancing is not. I think is not that popular lately. Yeah.
But in Armenia, we have many families where the children go and learn Armenian folk dance, and I like it. I like this habit of Armenians.
Yes, it is. I was about to say, because I think 2 weeks ago I've been to a friend of mine got married, and she's Armenian, and actually it was the first time when I attended an Armenian wedding. So it was, for me, it was so nice to see. Of course, it was a lot of, you know, music, normal music, but also this this bride dance that she wanted to have, you know, the traditional brides dance, and also other dances that are typical for the wedding. It was really nice. I mean, for me, it was so emotional to see that, and of course to see her dancing, you know, this very beautiful hand dancing, it's really beautiful. I have to admit, because this friend of mine, we work together. Her mother is a composer. Her father is a politician, but it doesn't matter. But also writer and a poet. I worked with her a lot, on contemporary dance. But now, actually, it was the first time seeing her in this, in her community, and with those specific traditional things happening. Yeah, I loved it. I
Yes,
totally
and
loved it.
now, there is a habit before the wedding, the bride goes and hires a person, a special dance teacher, and they have to train many times to prepare a good dance. And
Yeah, I know.
this dance is devoted to the groom. So this is a special
Yes,
event.
yes. This is actually, that was the only thing that spoiled my joy, actually, because it looks like, now I have to do everything for you because you are my husband. But it's okay. No, I'm joking. But it's okay. Yeah, but it was beautiful. That bridal dance was absolutely beautiful. And yes, she did that. She went and
They want to prove that they are devoted wives. They will be devoted wives.
Yes. If dancing is the best way to prove it,
yeah.
But yeah, it's you have very beautiful traditions. I really liked it.
Wedding bride dance, beautiful tradition for Armenian.
Yeah. So, any other thoughts on dancing?
Actually, this is very amazing, like to have a seminar on dance and online. Like, it's really
yes,
something that we haven't experienced yet.
I know. All the last year, when actually I had to hold my classes online, it was, I got past this, now it doesn't seem weird, but when I started to teach online, imagine choreography, composition, come on. And my students were in the first year, the second semester. And it was like, and they were all, what if we don't go back to school in the second year? What are we going to do? And I was like, I don't know, don't ask me. Let's think positive and hope that we will go back to school. And it happened. Yeah, we went back to school. But it's interesting. It's so interesting to adjust your means, and to find all these theoretical parts that actually I never have time to settle. The theoretical part of my job. But and when we went back to school, we started from the beginning, actually, with moving and everything. But it was interesting. Yeah. Anything is possible, we are in the 21st century. Anything is possible.
Some use dancing and music for team building too. Organizations, maybe groups, companies.
Yeah. What kind of dancing do you think of?
I don't know, any kind.
Because normally, those corporate getaways, they always with some. There's always some dancing involved,
Yeah, I mean during the trainings.
Maybe to do like some workshops.
Yeah, sure. No, I mean that.
Yeah, that's good actually. Makes you feel to remember that you are a human, not only a machine that has to work from dusk till dawn. Yeah. So what else?
And I say I'm a mathematic and programmer, and I saw a video in which complex sorting algorithms were explained using
Really?
dances. Yeah, really. And I showed this dance to my students because they better understand this algorithm. But when they see this video, it's really help them.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Also, you know, this this cleavage, you know, that's actually between arts and the technical professions, you know, like, you know, and the scientific professions, like mathematics, physics, and so on. You know, I never understood why this is happening, because I think there are so many connections, you know, between arts and sciences, between arts and technique, you know, the technical professions. And I never understood it, you know, why for the scientists dancing or theater or I don't know, music somehow sometimes is considered frivolous, and the other way around, you know, for the artists, you know, all this scientific world is it looks like dry and hard to understand. Oh, thank you for sharing. Yeah, but who knows? Probably in 100 years.
This dancing, it's Romanian dance.
Yeah.
Could it be possible that about you were talking about because like those who worked with like science and creation people are different because you know they're happy they take their happy from like artists are more from emotions, and science are more from they are happy when they solve something, so from their mind, or when they are discovering something like maths. So maybe it's different types of feeling good from that's why.
Yes, of course. It is our brains function differently, you know.
Like happy hormone, yeah, hormone of happiness. Like science are getting this hormone from studying something, calculating, and but artists are more from okay, I think maybe something like this.
Yes, definitely. You know, everything we feel, it's actually produced by the hormones, you know, by the substances that our body produces. You know, it's not. I know it might sound a little bit cynical, but that's the way our body functions. So yeah, but it's true that our brains are, let's say, educated differently. And yes, you're right. Some people.
I think not it's educated, but when we were younger, someone found that when he dancing, he's getting this hormone, but someone found that when he's calculating something and solve the problem, it's getting this happiness problem. So we're deciding okay, I will go this way and I will go happy hormone.
Yes, yes, definitely. It's the natural inclination that that we have, because I do believe that each one of us is born with something specific, with a talent, the talent to do something, well, some people nurture that talent, some others not. But yes, we are. That's exactly what I said when I talk about educating. Yeah, it wasn't the right word. But yes, we have a natural predisposition toward a direction or another. Yes, you're right.
Because all my cousins are dancing very well, and but when I was young, I was dancing also, but I found the other way out to get happy, let's say. And okay, now I will go with something like this. Yes,
that's perfect. If you find a way to feel happy, it's perfect. That's all it is about.
Yeah, in general, yes. You should find your happiness somewhere. That's where.
Exactly. So any other thoughts about
May
dancing?
I ask a question?
Yes, please do.
And what about you? What kind of dance do you prefer? Is it a profession or a habit for you?
Sorry, what kind of dance do I prefer?
Yes, and is it a profession or a habit for you?
Oh, if it is a profession or a habit?
Yes.
Well, actually, at one point in my life, I asked myself that, because basically I started dancing when I started to walk. So when I was 9 months old and I started to walk, I also started to dance. Although until I was 6 or 7, I was telling, how everybody is asking a little child what is going to be when it grows up. And I was convinced that I'm going to be a doctor, and not any doctor, I'm going to be a surgeon. And probably if I wouldn't have chosen dancing, I would have been a doctor. And then my family actually noticed that I'm dancing all the time. So from the happiness that their kid is gonna be a doctor, a surgeon, they realized that will never happen. So for me, it is a habit, but it is also a pleasure. But it is a profession that I choose. Because and I did I made this choice early in my life, because when I was 10, I had to leave my family and to come here in Bucharest so I could follow the ballet school classes. So it was a choice, and I did it because I felt so even I was even negotiating with my family, because they promised me to bring me the year before I actually got in the school, and they somehow tricked me, and then I realized that I lost the admission exam, and for 1 year I was negotiating with my family to let me go next year, and finally I won. Getting into this and starting to do this professionally, at one point when I actually graduated from the university, I asked myself this question: if I'm dancing because it is a habit, or I'm still enjoying. It's still something that I cannot live. I can't live without. And I took a year off. I took, let's say, a sabbatical. You know, that moment when young people are graduating university and they are desperate to find a job and desperate to start their professional life. Well, for me, that was a year when I graduated the university and I left the dance company that I was working with. And I just closed everything and I said, okay, now I'll take, it doesn't matter how time I need, but I'll take some time off to realize if you know, my profession became something like a routine and something that I do because this is what I actually do for my entire life, or it is something that I still enjoy, that is still, you know, I can't live without. And of course, after, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, when actually I managed to sleep and to rest, I realized that it is my life. It is what actually keeps me going. And then step by step, I came back to dancing and to choreography. But it was, for me, this gap, it was good because I started to experience other kind of artistic fields, you know, and which was really good because I started to understand better how the other arts are working from the inside, you know. So I started to do some acting, you know, for commercials, for films, for whatever, and then I started to act for theater. I was also working in theater because this is what I do as a choreographer. I work a lot in dramatic theater. But it was a different approach, you know, because being a dancer is totally different from being an actor. And for me, it was such a good experience, you know, to actually try it and do it. But yes, I don't know. It is my profession, but at the same time, I still love it. And of course, right now I'm on another threshold in my life because you know, in the last I don't know, let's say 3-4 years, I kind of stopped dancing, and it is another point in my life when I have to change drastically something in my professions. But yeah, I don't know. I have choreography, I have teaching, but you know, and I try to put you know, in especially in teaching, to feel the same love and interest and curiosity that I've always had for dancing.
Yes, I think you have mixed both them,
Yeah,
the pleasant and the useful.
you know, I'll tell you something. Preparing to be a dancer and being a dancer, it's not as easy as it sounds. You know, I know I had colleagues in the ballet school who never actually liked very much dancing, but they were there because their parents wanted their kids to follow this path, and it was so hard for them. You know, it's such a hard life. If you don't love this job, it's almost impossible to do it. You know, you have to love it. You have, because for me, lots of my colleagues, my ex-colleagues, are, you know, asking me, do you remember when I don't know what happened, then it was something unpleasant. And honestly, I don't remember. I mean, I remember things happening, but for me, it was nothing so unpleasant to make me, you know, divert from what I had to do, you know, for educating myself to become a dancer. And I wasn't so obsessed as it sounds right now. Now I realize that it sounds like really obsessive. It wasn't like that, but I was. I liked what I did, and being my choice, that made me go easier through the harshness of this job, you know. So that's if somebody is thinking about taking this path, that person has to love to dance, you know, because otherwise it's excruciating, you know, hours and hours of training, pain, and never having time to spend with your friends, never having time to spend with the other kids, you know. And I was always saying that when the kids my age, they were playing football in the schoolyard, I was in the ballet studio, and just, you know, like practicing my pirouettes or whatever. But I loved it. So I didn't. It wasn't trauma, you know, because I didn't do some other things.
Yes, I think it is important for each profession to love job, to love what we do.
Yes, is essential to have this. You know, actually, I was thinking that when I started teaching, there is this colleague of mine who is now the head of our department, and it is a choreographer that I was working with for the past 15 years. So we work together, we are friends, and now we are colleagues at the university. And she was pushing me to come. She was already teaching, and she was pushing me to come to become an assistant and to start this career. And for 2 years, I actually refused to do it because I was convinced that I'm not passionate about this profession, and I wasn't feeling like I'm good as a teacher, or I like to do it. And then I finally, after 2 years, I finally went to the university, and I tried to be honest, very honest with myself, and I gave myself a year, and I said, okay, I start this year, I start teaching, and if I don't like it, if I don't feel that I love it as much as I love my other professions, I will quit. So I gave me 1 year to test if I like it, and I was convinced that I will quit after 1 year, but I didn't, because I discovered that it's another way of doing what I love. So 16 years later, here I am. Now I told you about myself. Now you know everything about me.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So, what else?
Nothing. I just can say that yeah, dancing, when it is a profession, it is some other thing. If dance is your profession, or singing or acting or something else, I don't know. But for me, dancing is when I'm totally relaxed. That is dancing for me. Relaxing.
Yeah, for me too, actually. You know, I discovered that me, as exactly as Andrei said, I don't like very much weddings, and I'm trying to avoid attending. But this year, actually, I had to, because my sister got married, so I had to be there. And actually, I discovered that dancing at my sister's wedding, it was really relaxing, and I I did that for, I don't know, so many hours. I mean, when the wedding started, I started to dance, and then when everybody left, I finished dancing and went home. So, but it was relaxing. I mean, really, it was really fun.
About choreography, I would like to ask if like swimming, it's also the expression of our feelings, or there are some different types of gymnastic, like stumbling, acrobatics, is also the expression our emotion, like movement expression, let's say.
Well, no, it's not. I mean, the sport, from my point of view, sports are far from expressing emotions as it can be. You know, because in sports, everything is technical, is mechanical. Things
No,
that have.
it's math. It's math, physics, and calculation. Like
Well,
how
actually, it is. You know, physics and calculations. Of course, if somebody would actually stay and do this calculation, but dance involves a lot of physics. You know, mechanical physics,
Yeah.
Newtonian physics. Sports involve a lot of physics. You know, you can improve if you know some. You have some knowledge in this field. You know, if you understand how the physics works, that could improve your performance. You know, as a
Yeah, I
sport.
was using it's like I was using the physics how to beat. We are like I forgot how it will be in English. 1 second. Trinta, dar nu știu cum. Wrestling. Yes, I was like the best in the wrestling, because I was using physics to beat my. Because
Exactly.
when he was pushing, I was using this force to move them, and so it's like this. But the question is there like aerobic or swimming expression of our feelings? Let's say no.
No,
Emotional?
there are sports. There are sports. To express feelings, it means that you create a context that allows those feelings to express. You know, or I repeat, these are sports. You know, these are technical, mechanical. Everybody, everything has to work.
But I like to swim, let's say, and I'm not doing sport, but I like to swim and to use. It's not.
Well, if
Artistically,
sorry.
if you are swimming artistically
Yes, exactly.
in front of the public,
Exactly.
it might be.
But even if you know, this artistic swimming is not quite arts. It's also a sport. Yeah. Well, I don't know. What was I trying to say? Swimming. If you feel that swimming actually helps you release some tensions accumulating as you know, as a response to some emotions, that doesn't mean that this is what swimming does, you know. But the physical effort, it helps. It always helps, you know, because when you are focusing on one thing, you know, on one action, then yes, you start to forget, you know, and your body start to process differently, you know, the emotions, and that's why sports in general are good when, you know, when we feel depressed, when we don't feel good, when we have, I don't know what psychological dramas going on in our heads.
I'm not swimming like to increase my speed to or like technical 15 times to pass the, but I like to, when you are in the water, you are like in the cosmos. There are no gravity, there are no, and it's like okay, yeah, I understood. Okay, it's
Yeah,
not.
no, sports are sports, arts are arts, you know.
Different.
Yeah, and totally different. And normally the arts are responsible with the expression of the feelings, you know.
So I have a like a expression of my feelings, yeah.
Well, if you want to see it like that, why not? If you feel like swimming is like a ballet that actually helps you express your feelings, or a dance that helps you express your feelings, it's, you know, just be happy with that. It's okay. You know, it's your thing. It doesn't matter if conventionally people think about swimming as a way of expressing emotions and feelings. You know, just enjoy that.
Yes, but dancing, it's like to show other that he can move, he can like it's like more not just emotional, but let's say that he can control his body, and he can like I saw the dancing, but in another way, not just expressing the feelings, but to scare like in
Yes,
the
that's true.
like animals doing when he wants to capture the attention of animal woman, or to scare at someone. So it's like they are doing different types of dancing. So it's like also the human we're making these types these things, and then just now they are just expressing with different types of feelings, but using it's like
Yeah, but you are talking about dances. You said that, you know, those dances when you know, yeah, it's not dancing is not only a human quality. You know, it's
not just emotion, because when a girl want to take attention to capture the attention for a boy, like let's say she is dancing better or something like this, no? By dancing, she wants maybe to capture the, so it's still using the let's say wild animal instincts to make. We are doing the same, but with phones, and like we're still genetically.
but you know, the root dance, for example, it's actually a dance that expresses emotions. You know, if a male is performing a dance around, you know, in front of the female, this is for expressing emotions and intentions.
So
it's not just movement because you want to move, you know. It has a purpose, it has an intention, you know.
Yep,
when it's about fight, you know, a fight between animals could look like a dance, you know, but it has an intention, it has a purpose.
So like dance is expressing of your intentions, is something like this?
Yes, okay, the choreographer's intentions, but yes, it is. You know, even if you see, because this is this kind of dancing which is called abstract dancing, you know, which doesn't have like a story behind, or the purpose is to deliver, you know, something that could bring emotion to the public. But still, you know, it is a construction, it has a purpose. And for some people, you know, as it is for you to do calculus in physics, for some people, this kind of movement, it is emotional, you know, because everybody could make its own story and relate to that dancing by, you know, in its own way. I mean, that's why I'm always saying that we are not the same. We are different, you know, all of us, we are different. And what, you know, we could see the same, let's say the same dance piece. And for me, it could be very emotional and can bring me back to things that happened in my childhood, or I don't know, and to become very emotional and very powerful for me. And for the person next to me, it could be just, you know, like a intellectual orgasm that, you know, that that person, yeah, you know, is yeah, it depends on how open and how sensitive we are, you know, and how the subject of that piece or performance is treated, you know, because there are layers. I don't want to get into dance theory and choreographical theories, because it's a long discussion. I'd love to do it, but it's a long discussion. But you know, you have layers. You know, you have layers. The performance, the artistic performance is constructed in layers. You know, you have the first layer when you understand the basic plot. You have the second layer where you start to understand. Of course, if this exists, you start to understand. You start to understand the subtleties of the first layer, and the third layer when you start to understand actually the references that the creator is trying to, you know, to put in on the page, and so on. You know, it's somehow this is
it's the same like
it's like, you know, it's like the layers of comprehension. You know, our power of comprehension has layers. You know, so it's almost the same. You know, it's like the construction of a performance, being theatrical or dance performance or musical performance, has those layers, you know, to respond to the capacity of comprehension of the public. So that's why I'm saying it's a long discussion and very complicated, you know, because the performance is not something that is so easy to do. And I'm talking about, of course, the works of art. You know, it's not that I'm doing a folkloric dance and yeah, this is what I see. You know, it's you know, I see the energy, I see you know, the performance in terms of you know, high performance, because there are, you know, moves that are very fast or moves that are very hard to do. You know, I appreciate the physical performance, but this is not a spectacle. You know, this is not like an artistic performance, you know, a cultural performance.
It's like you have a specialist in
Yes, I'm a specialist in performing arts.
yes,
That's my PhD thesis.
yeah.
You know, so I'm a doctor, but I am in performing arts. not a medical doctor, after all.
Yes, different type domains, but also have PhD. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, anybody wants to add something? Okay, so you'll think about, and if you want to add something, you'll do it a bit later, because I want to tell you, because we entered so deep in this dancing, the dancing world, which I love it. I want to tell you about two methods that were created to improve the physical functioning of the body. And I was actually today, when I got this idea, actually I was thinking of you, Andrei, because you know, is this Feldenkrais method and Alexander technique. There are two type of techniques, and this Mr. Moshe Feldenkrais, he was an engineer and a physicist. So see, it's a small world. And yes, and he created this method, which now both of them they are now assimilated to dancing. They are used in dancing because they are good to prevent injuries, you know, and to understand how to use your body intelligently and not to harm your body, and to be able to perform a longer time. Okay, to perform for a longer time, and
To not lose energy.
sorry.
To conserve energy, not lose very
Yes,
fast.
yes, to conserve the energy and to prolong the time that you actually do your profession. And I'm trying to find here, but okay, if you look for it, I don't want to start reading from Wikipedia or stuff, but those methods are, you know, there are such differences between them, but the core of these two methods is this, you know, to make your body, your physical body function better. And I think it would be interesting for you, if you want, just look for those two techniques. So is Feldenkrais and Alexander technique. Actually, I'll write it to you if you.
Alexander technique.
Just a second, because I'll write it here. Alexander technique. And
Yes, I found.
My whole right side can be a bit.
So if you don't know what to do, of course, going to the gym and you know, like sports are, of course, there are good ways to train your body. But if you want to try something different, just check out those two techniques, and if you have somewhere around you, I strongly recommend it. It is you know, the core of those techniques is exactly the things that we are talking about during this module. You know, they are centered on the posture, and to following those techniques, you learn how to make your body work efficiently, and to reassess your body, and to have a good posture. And that is why now they are assimilated to dance and to arts, because for example, Alexander technique, it was first it was used in dancing, but now they expanded it, and they use it also for vocal training, or for actors, for theater.
I'm looking about techniques.
Yeah, good. So yeah, so this is, but both methods have their particularities. The Feldenkrais goes, or at least what I've seen in the past 10 years, it goes toward how the nervous cell is functioning. The neuronal path that actually are created through movement, are created into our bodies. So who's interested in neurosciences, Feldenkrais, it's a good direction to go and to start to understand from neurological point of view how the body works. While Alexander technique, it remained more physical, and it's very good in preventing injuries, and finding your your posture, your good posture, and also how to be efficient in your movement, and to not waste energy. And I'm terribly sorry that this module wasn't actually face to face, because I know that the first thing I would do, it would have been to actually teach you how to sit correctly on a chair, which I've learned by taking this Alexander technique course once, long time ago. But for me it was absolutely mind-blowing. So if you find somewhere near you, just check it out. And for people who actually, mulțumesc, Andre, for people who actually don't if you have injuries, if you feel like sports is doing much harm than good, this is I strongly recommend those two techniques. They are friendly with your body. You learn how to carry your body by doing it. In Alexander technique, you work one-on-one with the therapist, let's call it therapist, and it's really nice. I mean, for me, first time I took this Alexander technique lesson. After I finished it, I just couldn't describe what happened to me. I felt like I was 5 centimeters taller, and I could, I couldn't stay, I couldn't slouch for, I think, 3 months or something. My back was always, upright, and all my body, it was in the right place. So it is amazing. It is amazing. So I strongly recommend. So now everybody is gone.
I'm still here.
Yes, I know. We can speak in Romanian.
Me also, I'm here.
Yeah. So did you hear what I say?
Yep.
Yes.
So please check out these techniques. It might change your lives. And yeah, at one point you were asking me about some books. I think I gave it to you. I don't know actually if the material actually got to you. But in the bibliography that I added to this module, I put this book written by Rudolf of von Laban, which is called Effort.
Show once more, please. Near. Okay, thanks.
I will write it to you. I will write it to you in the chat. And you also have it in the presentation of the module. And this is well, I won't start because you will find if you search Rudolf Laban or Rudolf von Laban, you'll find this is one of the greatest theoreticians that dance, and especially contemporary dance, modern and contemporary dance had. And it worked because that's why I think this book it would be good for you if you find it. I mean, I found it on Amazon. I bought it recently. Because it talks about efficiency, effort efficiency, and he did experiments as in research with in the I don't know, in the 50s, 40s, 50s, with actual workers. They made out this program, and they were going to industrial places, and they were working with the workers to improve and to make their movement, their professional movements more efficient, to not waste time and to not waste energy, so they could be they could work longer hours, but to be efficient, not like they were working 4 hours and then they became efficient and they were working for 8 hours, but to work for 8 hours but to be efficient, and to don't feel after you finish working to need a smaller time. Oh my God, my English just got worse. To recover sooner, to recover faster than when you work inefficiently. It's really interesting what those two actually did. And they also, of course, they have exercises, they have, but they talk about the efficiency of the effort. And also I wanted to probably, I don't know, probably you read or not, but it's one of my favorite books. And because we are all involved in education, if you never had the chance to read it, maybe you will do it now. It's Jean-Jacques Rousseau's book, Emile, or on education. If you are if you like you know, the philosophy, French philosophy, and French writers especially. And also there's another book who's really good. I didn't have time to actually buy it, but it's called Communication from Transmission to Relation. It's really interesting, Jean-Louis. So I will just, I'll write it here. No, I don't know if you find it in English. I tried to look on Google to see if it is in English, but I'll write the title and you will see. Yeah. I hate you. Communication.
I think I found.
You found it in English?
Yes, the book, I think, Wikipedia.
Yeah, well, this book is written in French, but I assume so. If you are okay reading in French, it's better to read it in the original.
Maybe there is some Russian copy.
Maybe, could be.
They are translating Rousseau, actually.
Okay, so I put it. Of course, there are so many books who are interesting. There are so many books on, you know, on this kind of theories about movement, about body, because now with all those, you know, all those PhD that you have, you actually have to do it so you can teach. Everybody's writing, so everybody at one point has an opinion about something. So there's a lot of theoretical literature on this planet. But if I get any other ideas, did you manage to find it in Russian?
I found the translation, but book still did not find.
But I will find later. I'm sure they have it.
Yeah, probably it is. Okay, so I'll go back to the platform. It looks like it never ends with this platform. I will wait. Rezi, for you, because I did that stupid thing, and I can't go back to place my notes on each of your videos.
You need, I'm sorry. You need what? I cannot hear it.
So I was trying to explain myself that I couldn't give you notes because I've already graded your upload at one point, and I will, but I have them written down, and the first video you upload, you'll get all my the next the homeworks for this week. So when you upload the next batch of homeworks, I will give you my notes for the other ones.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, because you're not the only one in this situation, because I managed to do this stupid thing a lot before I realized that actually I shouldn't have done it. But now it's okay. I mean, and I'm working to give you feedback, but I don't know if this feedback actually reaches you. So I might work for nothing.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see. If anything, I was talking to Viorica earlier. If anything, I will just do something. I will write to you feedback for all of those things at the end of the class. So we'll have a general feedback,
So,
and I will send it to you to email, or I'll find a way. I'll send a pigeon, a traveler pigeon, to bring you my feedback.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it was good to see you. It was a nice talk. If you have anything else to say, now is the moment. You're fine. I got it. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow. But tomorrow we will meet at 4, unfortunately, because I have some faculty functions that I cannot miss tomorrow, and some interviews with our associate professors, and sorry?
Georgian time.
It's gonna be 5, yeah, Georgian.
Yeah, actually 5. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Good. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. So tomorrow at 4 Romanian time, and prepare yourself with questions. If you get my notes, hopefully, I don't know, maybe you'll have something more to think about. If you don't, just prepare questions, and if there are things that you want to find out from me, tomorrow is the last day, so tomorrow is the day. Okay. So I'll see you tomorrow.
See you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.